white sources that are 4 white sources before a plains. So we're gonna have 5 white sources, which is kind of enough. All right, so what are our maybes here? 2 to 4 is nice. We have a lot of 3s too. Glasspool mimics a land. We don't have to play all of our counter spells and all of these thirst for knowledges and that kind of shit. There's a lot of these things. Octopus is a draw card. It's interesting. I don't know about this card. I want to play Brontodon. I'm playing these. I think I play Neutralize in this type of deck. Since we got it dirt cheap. I think it was the last pick. This card is sometimes a win more. Too bad we don't have any red sources for Mythos, but oh well. This card has gone down in my evaluation. It's still very good if I can resolve it, but I'm often too slow on the board to resolve this. Patient Rebuilding is really slow too. I like having double sweepers. It's kind of hilarious. Good 1 mana creatures. I mean, we can lobster. We can lobster. What was it? I can the seafood. The seafood's fighting back. I can octopus the rune crab because it's not a defender. But we don't have a lot. You're correct. We don't have a lot of 2-drops either. Although this bird. Although imagine octopusing that bird. It'd be terrible. May not be an octopus deck. I mean, I'm looking at these cards as the cards most likely to cut. We want to play Lake Claim if we're accelerating massively. If we're not accelerating massively, maybe don't. Yeah. This card is maybe cuttable. I'm just trying to think what isn't cuttable. This card is maybe cuttable. That card's maybe cuttable. Is Sculler any good for us? I like it as an emergency. Like, we can Sculler a Doomscar, which seems crazy, but it's emergency effectiveness for that. We can Sculler this for 4/4. We can Sculler this for another clone. Sculler this for draw. I think Sculler is actually pretty solid in this deck. I want the Brontodon. I want the Neutralize, maybe, but can also cut it. I need something to stave off the aggro deck, so Arios is fine. Into the Royal is a bit of that too. I want to explore Haven. Warrant Warden is a maybe as well. Alrun's a maybe. Bind and Giant are maybes. Cut 1 land. Okay, so we get 9 cards in, if I'm understanding correctly, with this deck. Our win cons are outvaluing them, beating them with huge flyers, beating them with 1,000 angels, beating them with giant sharks, or milling them out. Is Crab a safe spot? Crab is an ally. You may consider Crab a safe space, for sure. All right, what do we want with our acceleration? We need 9 more. Do we like second sweeper? You want to play 18 lands? 18 lands and a shit ton of accelerators are pretty sketchy unless you get a lot of draw. Deck does seem like it likes sweepers, so I'm pretty tempted to throw in that Realm Cloak Giant. It's also a win con, right? Sometimes we just sweep the board and drop a 7/7 Vigilance and go, oh, your turn, top deck. Do we ever play the Archive? Or Bag? Rashmi? Lay Claim? Bird Dude? Supreme Will? Bind? Bind's a little less exciting, but it is cheap. We have the sweepers. We have some blockers. We have no spot interaction though. Maybe Giant Killer. So these cards seem good in the deck, although Bag's a little aggressive. Or rather the opposite of a little aggressive, a little bit passive. I don't hate Warrant Warden. This card is interesting to me. Time walks them, or it gives me a 4/4 flying vigilant attacker, which is reasonable. I don't hate the Neutralize. I don't hate Into the Royal. We're going to have mana. Into the Royal gets value, right? It's massive tempo and card advantage. Am I even green? Yep, you can tell I'm green because I have Explore and this one. And I don't have any white cards and I've got a shit ton of fixing. So we're definitely playing green, white, blue, and we have no trouble with the mana base for that. The question is, what cards do we want in here? Each creature I control with power 3 or greater. There's like 3 of those in the deck. It doesn't seem very good. This is basically a 3-mana 3/3 that occasionally draws me 1 card for another 4. That sucks, Draconis. I hate it when I get to the edge of this court when I'm not expecting it. It's a really unpleasant feeling. I kind of want spot removal for power 4 greater too. I hate that this is patient rebuilding instead of Teferi's tutelage. Bag gets so much better with tutelage, right? Maybe this is not a bag deck. So we're not playing Gilded Lotus, but we are playing Archive. Okay. We need 1 card out, chat. You like Thirst for Knowledge? Not super keen on that in this deck. This guy's okay though. Sometimes he's a big dude who draws us more cards. Sometimes he's a little dude who fixes our lands or blocks. He's not bad. He's definitely the better of, like, compare this guy to fucking Kazuma and you're just like, holy shit, he's so much better. Could be Supreme Will. Could be Rashmi. Rashmi's fine. It's the power level is super high on this card, but it's also very slow. I mean, we do have acceleration to 4, and we have 4 pieces of acceleration that get us to 4. So a lot of times we would really like to play 4 drops, right? Maybe it's stupid neutralize. It's probably Supreme Will. Okay. All right. So what are the problems? We don't have shit for interaction besides board wipes. So we have very little like remove target creature. That's a problem. Sometimes we deck ourselves drawing cards. Sometimes we just accelerate into nothing. Another mana sink would kind of be nice, but I don't really want this card in my deck. Rashmi makes everything better. Rashmi's great, man. Cards on their turn, cards on our turn, triple spelling. It's just like, it's fun stuff. All right, I want 1 plains. White sources are 2, 3, 4, 5. Our white sources all enter tap though. I guess we have islands. A lot of tap white land sucks, okay? So that's 5 white sources is more than enough for this deck. Mostly enough for this deck, okay? And then what does that leave us for the rest of it? Green sources currently, we want to have green on 2 pretty much every time. All right, 3, 4. That's another white source too. Holy shit, I have so many white sources. All right, what is this for green? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's gonna be 8 green sources. Okay, and then what's blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, did I do that count? Did I count that wrong? Holy shit! Hold on, let me do my green again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I got my 8 green sources. Good. One of my blue sources. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources. That's actually great. 11 blue, 8 green, 5 white seems like a really nice mana base. And that's before any of our, these are all colorless sources, they don't really count. But so we have acceleration, good mana base, some sweepers. What is this deck called, chat? Turbo Dirtle. I believe this card epitomizes Turbo Dirtle. Okay. 39. We get one more source. Ramp to Nowhere is not bad either. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I can actually go up a green source if we want. For something like Brontodon a little bit more consistently. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. I like Turbo Doodle. Think we'll get there on 7? Or 5, rather. We'll get there at 5, rather. Okay. You'd add planes, we really want Doomscar on 5. On 3. You want to board sweep them on turn 3 consistently? It's going to be pretty bad when we can't hit our sweepers. And a lot of our white sources, we're at 6 white sources. Planes are going to be dead a lot of the time we draw them. I don't think so. I think 6 will do it. Some of the times we will be missing sweepers when we want them for sure, but the flip side is also bad, right? Which is some of the times we'll be drawing planes when we want blue sources and we can't cast spells. That's no good either. Okay, best draw for us is land. Nice draw. No attacks. Have I kept track of my win-loss this format? No, I have not. Echo Zero with the 500 bits. Thanks, man. It's an argument for putting Starnheim instead of Doomscar. I might just Doomscar on 5. I'm going to Doomscar here. I could bounce that, buy a turn on a blue, though. I could warrant it on his upkeep. I don't hate him resolving that every turn, though. It doesn't do anything right now. I am going to want to kill it eventually. I could put it on top of his deck, then mill him, too. So we just don't have to deal with it. Kind of like that. Excuse me? Oh, it's target attacking or blocking creature. Fuck. I thought it was just any creature. It's a little bit more awkward. Can just wait for that. I think I was gonna bounce it, let him replay it and sweep it. It's a bit scary. So I obviously sweep this. Do I take a hit for 13? Maybe? Best one for me. No blocks. Okay. Yeah, I like bounce the crab play too. Too bad I don't have second blue here. They both trampled, so there's no world in which blocking mattered there. All the damage goes to my face anyways before someone says otherwise. Okay. Would have been really nice if that was a fucking land. Could play a Sphinx. I can wait to bounce that when he attacks. I've got 5 mana, 6 mana. So unfortunately this is just 2 4/4s. I like them as blockers. I don't really care about them resolving. We're gonna drop land and mill him for 6 in a minute, right? So I just maybe leave white mana open, blue mana open, doesn't matter. No protection, shields down when I do anything else. I could just bounce this when he attacks too. I could just take the 3. Could just cast out the 4/4 there. I think this is this thing this turn though. Okay. Hello, Daddy Kevin. So we got blockers for the 3/3, so I'm not gonna die just randomly, which is good. I still have the mill plan going with the crab. Okay. Meanwhile, I have 8 ticking in the face. We've got giant killer for that. Seems good. Opponent's helping mill. Appreciated, opponent. All right, so we'll go 1, 1, 2, mimic the crab. Let's play island. All right, let's go to combat with the 4/4s. Because they're vigilant, why wouldn't they be? And turn, your turn, opponent. Is he multiple colors or is this mono green? It's mono green with a shit ton of artifacts. Best draw for us is land. Should have one more mana so I could have warrant and this up. Resolves. Okay. I mean, are we gonna kill him or are we gonna mill him? I'm just gonna block. I don't fucking care. He wants to gain life, so be it. Draws 2. Bold. Draw more? Okay. Accepted. Alright. Felt like an easy win, huh? We just bullied. I mean, it's green creature-based deck playing into sweepers. He took a lot of damage that one turn, but it's the only time he connected at all. Was that single turn. Okay. Not a bad one. Not a bad one at all. $94. Fuck me, that's 10 years difference. I think think I play Mimic as a creature here, as a land here. No green mana, so this is kind of a dead card. Have a sweeper, but it's an expensive one. Don't have double white yet. Nothing to clone. It's kind of a clunky hand. I wonder if this was a mull. Mull going first on this though? I mean, we have early Typhoon for cycle if we miss land. It's fine. We can just make it literally just cycle for a land. It's okay. It's okay. We have 3 lands in hand. It's just that double blue white isn't really turning anything on in this hand at all. So I'm cycling this turn. Pretty much regardless of what he does, I think. Is this target permanent or creature? Non-land permanent. Okay. Black-green. Gives him one more card to select from, but it gets me my land drop, which we just got to. I hate giving him the answer to my hand. Sweeper's going to be a lot less worse when you can see them. Take your time, opponent. We're all young. Well, I mean, you were born in 94, so you're particularly young. But all of us are young here. Maybe he's reading the cards. Maybe this is his first exposure to these cards. Maybe this is his first time to the game of Magic, and it just like this card was like highlight in his deck because he played these cards, and it just like lights up which ones you can play. And he's cast this and he doesn't really understand what's happening. Like, what is this arrow? Who are these people? Why are they talking to each other? Look at this art. It's confusing. This is supposed to convey remorse. Maybe he'll concede from shame for not knowing what his card does. Pretty close. Okay. Okay. All sorts of things that he could have been doing in there. We don't know what was going through opponent's mind. He remains a mystery to us. Perhaps one day. Scholar setup? I wish. Unfortunately, it exiles it, so no scholar. He remains a mystery to us, and Magic remains a mystery to him. Some things are just never solvable, chat. Getting a bit old, isn't it? Yeah. He's playing discard tribal. No. That card suggests he cares about power level 4. Part of me just wanted to cast that for the draw, since but I don't get it on this turn. This card counts itself as its first spell, so you have to have it resolved, unfortunately. It's a decent card for getting card advantage if he doesn't immediately remove it. We don't know what he has, though. I mean, he's picked apart our hand pretty greedily so far. Or pretty aggressively so far, rather. It's not necessarily greedily. So we'll see. We did flood a little bit. We aggressively saved our mana base and then drew lands, which kind of sucks. Okay. Mindstone was awesome there. It was okay. It's really unfortunate that I'm gonna be fucking forced to play out this giant killer on this turn. Oh, it's only one. Dude, it's only one. Ugh. I mean, it's clear he gives a shit about +4. He currently played nothing in past. It's still draw, we draw. Do we though? Because there's no... I missed the removal part of this, and I can draw on his turn as well, chat. I'm kind of feeling like land go. I mean, he knows about the card. But if he's passing and we're drawing, it's okay too, right? Can get burned here for sure if he's got more discard, for example. But he's got a fucking beetle. The beetle literally cares about things with power 4 or greater. And he's just passed 4 open mana with green-black. Do we think there might be something going on here? I think there might be something going on here, chat. A little bird told me there might be something relevant. Yes, even the 1-drop draws, correct. Hopefully, any non-land spell in our deck draws for us too. If we ever draw one of those, we've just double top deck land or triple top deck land or something. So I'll take it. Nom nom nom. Your turn, opponent. I pass. We win this game? Some of the time. We can still lose here. Imagine even worse though, Battle Hag, right? Imagine you're a super powerful planeswalker who contains the multiverse at your fingertips, but you lose to a beach crab. A crab at a beach who's just like munching on some fucking dirt, and he defeats you. He destroys your mind by running you out of resources. You just like look at this crab and you just like look at him, and then you try to look away and you can't. You just look at him again, and then your head explodes. I mean, that's what Mill is in this universe, right?
Let's tear this place apart. Meet my newest friend.
Do we just clone the crab? We can't fight. We have no red mana. Could clone his Vivian. Does it get us anywhere? It's at 23 cards. I'm going to attack Vivian. I mean, I can lose to Vivian too, though. I probably wanted to cast pre-combat, huh? What are we pausing on over here? So this is a mistake not to cast that. It's a cast trigger too. We're gonna get punished for this right here. He's got instant speed interaction here. Okay. I guess we get information this way. I don't hate cloning the crab. It is mill for us. God, opponent moves so slowly. So slowly. I hate that I missed my card draw here, though. Needed to make the decision pre-hand. I get more information from attacking first, but this pause is giving me anxiety here. Yeah. Oh, no. What? Doesn't he just... Isn't there like a fight portion? Okay. Do I care which ones I use here? I don't think so. Just used the wrong ones because I don't have. No, come on, Filthy. You have to use white mana. You have to use white mana when casting white spells, Filthy. Even in the combat phase. Feels bad. Alright. Feels bad. Feels real bad.
You can't. Every fight makes me stronger.
Okay. I think if I did this properly, I think it's pre-combat clone crab attack. I don't think I would have played Vivian onto that board with the beetle. I think I might. I mean, I don't remember how much mana we were holding up. All of it, probably. But I think I would have been a little incentivized to try to kill the 2/3. Maybe not. Sometimes you get blown up, then you lose a beetle and you don't give a fuck, really. So this is a bit scary because he can proliferate onto Vivian. And proliferating on Vivian means he ults next turn if we don't get damage into it. That's the scary part of this. He cannot ult Vivian this turn. Good talk. He can ult Vivian next turn. Since it's a -8, right? How can he double proliferate? He only has one. What is the second proliferate you guys are seeing that I don't see? Oh. Well, you guys did call it, although it's kind of surprising.
You're not walking out of here.
Okay. Yeah, chat knew. Chat knew.
The wilds are my shield.
Guess do it as a draw, right? Do I want to play this card out? Maybe for card selection as a 2/3 flyer. As just a chump blocker. So I want to make this go into Foretold Form. And I want to play this guy. Interesting. Would have been nice last turn when I could have stolen his fucking Planeswalker. Alright, so I guess we're chumping here. A chumping crab. 9 cards left in library. I'm not chumping crab. I might just be letting Vivian die. Fuck. It seems like an okay card to steal. Doesn't have 2 mana open to bounce right now. Doesn't bounce anyways, it's indestructible. Okay. So where do you think he goes with this now? Face. That's the place. Okay. Things happened there. Things exploded. Apes hit things. Planeswalkers ulted. Like, who concedes there? That man concedes there. That was ape shit. That's right. Ran out of cell data. Best suggestion yet. Sniper could have been. Could have been Angels next turn, although I'm not sure what we would have played. I probably would have stole the monkey for survival. Going second here is a little unpleasant. Crab's been really solid in this draft so far, hasn't it? We had a tutelage with that crab too. Uh-oh. Ramp off our opponent. I wish Behold the Multiverse had the same art as the crab. That'd be the best fucking troll card ever. The alternate art should be that, just the crab picture again. Behold the multiverse! And it's just the crab on the beach. Back to you, opponent. Alright, so I kind of want to connect with Neutralize here if I can. It's not super relevant. I could be super stingy with my counterspell and be like, anything that doesn't whatever. Is he done again? Weird color combination for not doing anything. I can just cycle the Typhoon. It's pretty weak as a 1/1, but I don't really have a lot of things to do right now. I could draw with Multiverse, but it brings us to 9. Play down to 8, play down to 7. Is that good enough? I'm a little worried about overdrawing. I'm going to end up tapping into his land, which kind of sucks. It's good enough, right? Do I need this guy? I don't know if this guy's good or not. I want lands. What are the odds this card survives around here? No pause. There was no instant there, chat. He has blue, black, green, green, and no instants up. So I think Archive more likely to resolve than this thing. Or if this thing resolves, I feel like it gets removed every time. But I have no clue what my opponent's doing over there. So I don't know what the fuck's happening over here. Maybe he's put too many basic lands in his decks. Perhaps, for example, he's blue, black, splashing green, and all of his cards are blue, blue, black, black. Dude, is he really going to get away with casting that over 2 turns? That can't be right. He is. That feels so bad. That feels so bad. I mean, I could counter it. That seems terrible. Okay. We'll try to ambush it with Shark, maybe. His plan was really to hostage taker it and pass the turn. Dude, look at him attack first. If I just mana open, I could just fucking ambush the hostage taker and get my card back. I've never seen someone so hesitant to cast the card he's stolen with hostage taker. Shit, so many plays here. Okay, so we have 5 mana. We can't keep blue up. We could keep white open. We could giant killer to 5/3 on his turn and cast and develop archive here. That seems okay to me. It's the most efficient use of my mana. Okay. Can't warrant because I don't have the mana to do it. Like a part of me wants to bounce that shit too, but I'm not going to. Can't bounce that one anyways. It leaves him a 3/3. It's whenever it leaves the battlefield. It's not kill. It's not die. I like second white here. Okay. I want my sweeper here too. Sweeper would be amazing. Ulamog to graveyard. No lands, kind of sucks. He'll be double spelling next turn. I mean, I can warden the 2/3 if it attacks me, put it on my library. I'm not sure that's actually worth anything. I don't mind counterspell open. So I've got shit tons of mana. I don't actually hate drawing either. So what are we doing here? It's probably these two, hold up, counter, and warrant. I don't think I mind slowing him down a little bit. Could have also run out Guardian Idol and just hold up Warrant. He's gonna get double spells here. I don't hate cracking Archive. If he like floods the board here with creatures, then cracking Archive looking for sweepers is okay. Does it keep going? It's gone alright, Waticus. It's an interesting attack. Doesn't want his free spell. Okay. That's a big turn. I don't think so. Okay. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Like, why is he playing like that? I have no idea. Get a big cycling typhoon here. I don't need a big cycling typhoon. I might just draw. Could run this out. What are we at? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't have counterspell anymore. We have a bounce. We have a cycle for a surprise blocker. I'm gonna run this guy out. I don't know what the fuck our opponent's doing right now, but it's those attacks are so weird. As was the 7 mana on this. Like, I don't get what he's doing. So we're gonna find out slowly, I guess. I mean, I can Scholar the Archive too, so I can draw Scholar, get my Archive back is reasonable. Which keeps my acceleration, kinda. Immortal Sun. Got a lot scarier that board, didn't it? Taking 7. So we get a 3-3. 3-3 good on this board. Oh, it's more than that. It's 5-5. Gonna draw twice as fast. I like it. Okay. Can I explain why I don't develop Typhoon? Because of that. Doesn't do anything when you develop it initially. Something else has to occur. Milled is Golos. I kind of want to draw. I want to clone my Patient Rebuilding. Yeah, like that. Okay, 4. I want to hold up 2 so I can develop a tap land. What? Why would you tap those lands? Does it choose? Non-land, non-creature. It's only these two. He's always going to take that. Okay, but we still can tap down. That's fine. Okay. Get scholar value. Not in the risk of scholar value right now. You can't take it. I can still do it next turn if I need to. I want to kill him, right? And the Patient Rebuildings are currently rapidly killing him. Held Scattered Grove, it cycles. Nope. You guys are all playing the wrong game right now. I'd rather develop my land tap that can't come in any other way. We're worried about the tempo, not the value here, chat. The way we lose this game is he kills us before we kill him with the rebuildings, and he's got about 2 turns left, maybe 1 turn, depending on how many lands are in that deck. So no, we're not playing the value game at the moment, we're playing the tempo game. So if we had missed Patient Rebuilding, maybe then I end up scholaring. He doesn't really draw 5. Okay. I mean, maybe the thought is we have 2 more turns, but like 1 more open mana doesn't do anything for my board. I can never double spell here. He's always taking Warrant Warden, and I always have my tap still. So I don't think there's any point in developing a non-tap land here, besides the cycle. But I don't think we need the cycle. I don't think it's relevant. But if there's not enough turns left, then sure, it's just better than nothing. It's kind of annoying. Okay, I mean I can copy it again, I guess. Alright, he's got 2 cards left in his library, so he's dead. Okay. Opponent's looking for an answer. He had a Brontodon, but I have 2 of these because I cloned it last turn. Well, it might not have been the right play too, Pace. I'm not sure he had 2 cards. I don't think he had 2 enchantment removal in his deck, but maybe. Maybe he had 2 pieces left and he thought I could get them both. Okay. Mortal Sun. Yeah, it's rough when you're getting milled and you put a draw card down, but if you don't have the value to beat the mill with what you have, then sometimes you have to draw more to try to get past it. So. Opponent goes first. Okay. This card gets played all the time. I'm not sure I understand why. Alright, so we want our removal. Do we need ramp as well? I mean, 2-3 on this board is actually okay as well. I will have 4 mana next turn. Two three is as good then. If I'm not going to cast this card, I'm okay with the blocker. I'm trying to hold this so I can use it as a white source if I draw a different green. And this card comes into play untapped anyways. Alright, opponent double spells on 3 mana to remove. That's the payoff for waiting. The penalty is we aren't quite there yet. We're going to run the blocker out first. Okay. I blocked the 2-1. Probably. Didn't attack with the 2-1 is kind of weird. Can bounce an attacker. Can just run out Rashmi. He did just draw another card. He couldn't beat a 3-2 last turn, but he's going to be able to beat it sooner or later. I'd really like to be able to fucking double spell. So the other option is Wolf Willow plus Behold, but Behold might be too slow here. Okay. How hard is it to get in Magic? It's pretty easy to learn the rules. It's a bit expensive on the client to play when you're new to the game. Alright, so we get the double spell here. I don't hate pure ramp this turn. Looking a little sketchy at 11. We don't love our blocks. Opponent seems to be not doing a lot right now. Do you have to buy the cards? Nah, the client, it uses a wild card system for the client. It's the first time I've seen a player play that card. Alright, opponent. Alright. I don't hate 5 mana 4/4 here. Oh, sir. Oh no, I'm trying to be clever. Should just cast the fucking 5 mana. I guess it was a land, didn't matter, but it still feels bad. Okay. A little annoyed that he had the 1 mana situational for our ramp. Guess I'm glad I didn't play it out earlier then. Alright, we just hit our sweeper after we've cleared his board. We've got into the royal for his stuff. We have 3, 6, 8 mana. I'm kind of happy just to behold the multiverse here. Always land. Do we just kill him with Vigilant 4/4s? Kind of feels that way. And that's fine. Okay. We got the bounce for the token, which seems pretty solid. Kindling Phoenix is a bit of a bitch. Could bounce it now. No answer to the token then. He might block. Seems unlikely that he blocks. I mean, it's a vigilant attacker, so he might block. Could just Realm Cloak when I do that. I was kind of wanting another draw off this card though. I don't have another good answer to the 4/4 though. So I think this is pass. All right. Maybe I should have swung with a 2/3, but probably just eats the 2/3 there, and then I don't get what I want. I want him blocking with the Phoenix. So we're looking to have 9 mana, which we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. So we're good on that. We just need to Realm here. There's 4 remaining. I sweep. Get my trigger. It's always land. Okay. Could bounce the egg. I want to get this token off with the egg though. The problem is that this card is really hard for me to deal with blockers, and I'm at too low of an HP to go to 4, and it's cleanly dealt with by bouncing the little fuck. Okay. The giant hand is spooky, huh? A lot of people feel it that way. Every time it goes off, people are like, what the fuck is that? Third giant, didn't have the mana that turn. It's possible to do a third giant for sure. Okay. All right. Got huge Rashmi value. Rashi value. That's the second game that's happened too. Like, that card is really strong when it doesn't get removed. There are a fair number of decision points there. Opponent had some evasive stuff. I felt like opponent held back on too many attacks mid-game. And then they clearly flooded. So, I mean, that's Boros, right? Get to flood. Entire card is canceled if you get it countered. Go in second, have ramp in our hand, have a lot of acceleration, honestly. So what is this? This is white green and this is blue green. Okay. Actually a bit awkward, huh? Because I have to play one of these. I think I have to play that as white to have the sweepers available. Blue makes it a little less necessary to have the sweeper. Maybe I don't need the sweeper now. Punished for drawing the tap land after. Kind of sucks. Punished for playing the blue. Should have looked at his colors. Alright, try to get our lands. We're missing blue sources now, which is real ugly. Have a lot in the deck though, so we'll get there sooner or later. It's just a question of what will we have to pay to do it. I can double ramp this turn off Mindstone even if I miss land. Which I just fucking did. The counter for our fucking Mindstone is so bad here. That sucks. Okay. Punished so hard for not having blue mana right now. Problem is, if he's an aggro deck with our opening hand, we have to develop towards double white mana to be able to cast this. So with these two sets of cards, I don't have a green source. All my plays are bad here. Warrant is nice to remove that cleanly, so I don't take 4 to the fucking face for the rest of my life. But if I don't get an untapped land here that's a blue or white source, I can't even cast it. I still think I have to cycle for that. It's a good draw. Okay. Well, we paid a lot of mana to get our 4th land, countered our Mindstone when we were going to go Mindstone into Guardian item. Cycled off Lay Claim and Neutralize, which sucks. Mirror matchmaking, I take it. Oh, dude, tap land sucks. I'd happily sweep that. Considering blowing up Escanta here. Alright, we need second island. We have whites and greens. We Bronto the Escanta a lot of the time. We're just waiting a little bit here. Because unfortunately I'm still playing like 3 turns behind my opponent, and he might run out of gas, but with Escanta it's a little bit less likely to run out of gas. I'm trying to get some value out of this. I just don't want this scrying and bouncing back and scrying and bouncing back, so... Oh yeah, take my dude. Yeah, get him. Now, problem is that card fucking recurs. So now we take another 4, give him a scry, bounces dude that I wanted to wipe, all that kind of sucks. He might just drop land and replay it. I can take another 5. It's pretty unexciting. If he's got a counter, I'm probably dead next time. Could bounce the Angel of Sanctions. What happens when I bounce the Angel of Sanctions? When this card comes back, chat, what does it come back as? Front side or back side or both? Or either, rather? Front side. So it doesn't even help us there. I think this is actually a Realm Cloak Giant turn. It's actually, dude, I don't know. So I can Realm Cloaked again, wipe the board, then bounce the Angel when it resummons. He's got counter, we're pretty fucked, but we've been behind for a long period of time. You don't have counter for this. Don't act like you do. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Yeah, but we can't play around counter here. His last card just can't be the answer to everything we've played thus far. And what does commit do? The target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library. So he can counter my royal with that when he untaps, so I don't prevent dying. So I now have to bounce one of these stupid cards to his hand. Or chump, I guess. It can't. It's pretty annoying. What are we looking for? Sorcery. Miss. Happens at the end step. I guess I could have done land, but I'm trying to find the only card that wins us the game, right? Why didn't he, when I'm tapped out, win the game by putting my non-land permanent 2 cards down so he could win? I guess it makes him go -1 there, I guess, to cast that. Okay. Alright, opponent, with your last card being your 2-mana counter spell after I got mana screwed for 20 hours and you fucking counter my mana stone on turn 2 or whatever the hell it was. Games like that are rage-inducing when you are behind on resources all game from fucking land variants and then your opponent has every answer. Drives you nuts. You're just like, oh, okay. I guess we'll just deal with that shit. Yeah. We couldn't win that game from there. Too much card advantage for him. There was a turn where we chose to kill Escanta. The problem was if we swept his board, he would flip Escanta immediately. And I'm not sure we beat that either. There was a line there where we survived 1 more round of hits. He's not a super aggro deck. We wipe his board. He recasts Angel. We bounce Angel. We're okay kind of deal. It's just like if he's got every answer to everything we do, we're just out of luck. Okay. The reasoning behind playing first land is forced because our hands were dual colored land, blue-green, dual colored land, white-green, Realm Cloak Giant going second. We need double white to cast Realm Cloak Giant. We don't have a 3rd land yet. And we don't know what we're drawing before I make that decision. So if we cast it blue and then the other one green, we don't have a white source to ever get close to double white in case we have to sweep an aggressive deck that's going first. And if we keep the other way around, then we don't have the green source to draw into a card that fixes our land. We need to draw cards there to get extra lands into our deck there, into our hand there, so we can play them so we have resources. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't there. And it's unfortunate the next source was a white and green source off the top of our library, and our opponent wasn't playing aggro, so we got maximally punished for that, right? By playing that as a green source and missing our blue sources. But it was total land count was the problem, so we had to dig deeper. So we weren't wrong to dig deeper there. It just turned out poorly for us. Yeah, it's what makes Pathway not a It's what makes Pathway not a dual land, right? The upside to Pathway is it never comes in tap. The downside is it doesn't provide both colors, it provides one. Yeah. Counter for stone was the final nail? It wasn't. We can actually come back before then too, but it's pretty bad. I could just clone the fucking aspirant. This is looking like a hammer would really like to sweep the board. I have to get a second white source for that though, which we aren't close to necessarily. We don't have draw in this hand. Two sweepers in hand, no white sources. Lol, 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 lol. Fuck, I just second guess my play here. Can scry here. I lose the power off the board. This currently blocks the 1/1. It's not a big deal, but the next turn it is. What's better? Hitting our sweepers? Hitting our sweepers is better. I don't think I can play that right now. I need land. Is this good enough? We're at 4. We'll have 5, but no sweeper. We're going to play 2 and like foretell Doomscar or something. Okay. I hate putting land on the bottom here, but this hand isn't unlocked by land. It's unlocked by white sources. So we'll see. Yeah, I changed my play mid-play. Initially I was just going to clone the aspirant. And the advantage of cloning the aspirant is exactly this. So it prevents him from doing this. It forces him to put counters there. So if I have the 2/3 to block that, and then I can pump my own guy at the same rate, basically. But I feel like what we actually need to do here is hit a sweeper. So that's what we're going for. Okay. It's not possible to clone aspirant. Well, I was thinking of doing that. I was going to try to do that. Can prevent the flip by bouncing it. Only have 1 blue source. Can't recast the god and do that. Feels kind of important to prevent the flip. Problem is I don't mind untapping and slamming full mana into that. Fuck. Is this just develop this guy as an island? It probably is. Maybe should have done that last turn too when I changed my play. I don't want that flipping, so I guess I'm bouncing. I've got 4 lands, but I can't kick it. So yeah, I'd really like to be scrying again. We'll see. Yeah, it's unfortunate to hit both of our double white spells, which are actually the spells we want versus this board state. But we spent a lot of mental effort and time and cards to not be anywhere on this board. We have tapped white sources in this deck, 2 of them as well. What is the consideration here? Another creature onto the board versus draw? Is that what he's thinking about? Hotel. Is a 3/3 a thing on this board? Doesn't really feel like it. Getting kind of hosed at the moment. Hosed for color. Could have been a 4/4. Comes as a 1/1 plus each card in my hand. I've got one card in hand. It would come in as a 2/2. Are you sure you want it to be a 4/4? Foretell works and hold land. Maybe. 4/4 still gets blown up there. I don't think we get there though. We get here by unlocking our cards, right? We need to get white lands, and I needed the scry off that, so. Maybe, but I don't think so. I don't think of, I mean, clearly with Demon Bolt it would have been worse, but even without that. Oh, just give me a fucking untapped white source one time, please. We have such good mana in this deck. Give me the actual payoff for playing all the fixing, okay? I mean, we don't even necessarily win. We can still fucking lose to this stupid card now that it's flipped. Selected lands, yeah. I actually didn't realize this was going to be a 4/4. But yep, we could have looked for lands there. Yep, better than the scry. Okay, I'm convinced between those two things, with the fact that it mattered, our foretell matters for that, and the fact that we could have picked lands. I'm convinced. All right, so we dead on board. 3, 5, 8, 10, 11. We're dead on board. So we're dead on board. Good game. It sucks to die with 2 sweepers in our hand versus white-red aggro, doesn't it? Seems very unpleasant to die like that. Okay. We could have kept that island. We could have tried to keep Rashimi or whatever his name was. The enemy had a fair amount of interaction and nice aggressive creatures. I'm not sure. I think the scry to the bottom was right. I think you guys are correct. I shouldn't have played it as bird form. I should have played it as a 4/4. It would have got bolted, but we would have got another draw out of it, so another chance at a land there. And it would have put the other card presumably on the bottom. Does it do that? Do you see them? Does it put cards on bottom or no? I don't really know the text on this. Bottom of your library, it does, yeah. All right, going first. Okay. Hit with the land, it would have been out of the reach of 4 damage removal. No, I can't play lands on my end step flipper. Oh, it's in my hand though. Yeah, would have been. Although we don't know that it's exactly lightning bolt or whatever the hell it is. So as I said, it doesn't. The fact that a 4 mana would have been removed by that doesn't actually impact the decision. The rest of it mattered. Okay. Thought that you got land screwed. What are your thoughts on the land mechanic of Magic? It's terrible. It's one of the things the other card games don't use because it's just a bad mechanic. Yep. That is correct. Fuck. So I can Mind Stone into Foretell Behold. Feels like the deepest I can dig right now. Okay. I like my 2-3 holding off this board at the moment. I also like that I can put the 2-3 back in my hand anytime I want. Sure would have been nice. He's gonna get a 4-4 this turn. Is Rashmi good enough here? Maybe? Could scry to see if I'm getting lands coming up. I'm not gonna hold off. I mean, I hold off some attackers here, but so does Rashi. Rashmi holds off 2-3s. So he gets a million, comes plus a million, still the same problem. We still need fucking card draw, or our sweepers rather. Wait, I thought I got double. Is it that plus one? Plus one, okay. Holy shit. What do you think, chat? Would a sweeper give you good here? Are we gonna really lose 2 games in a row to not having fucking developed sweeper here? Because I'm gonna go ape shit if we do. Like not having second white source. Like these are the games we need our sweepers in. Opponents aren't playing around them. I mean, he gives no shits about that, does he? Holy shit. Are we even able to survive on this board? So we block a 6-6 and a 6-6, and then we take 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 12, 14 plus 4 at 18. So we're definitely dead on this fucking board. Oh, game. What happens if I decline? I just draw it. My other removal. Where are my white sources? This is bullshit. Not sure how dead or not dead we are right now. So we block 2, 6, and 6. It doesn't trample, right? Alright. Block, block. Unsummon. Actually, block, block. Unsummon. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Dead exactly. I get one more cast off this. Four and 0 into 4 and 3, chat. Off missing land drops. It's exact these two. Yo, it's so bad. Chat's gonna. You guys gonna second guess the land sources now? Because I can reach to the internet and strangle you if that would help. Running 6 white land sources. It's fucking fine with a shit ton of card draw and scry. No, we're absolutely fine with 6 fucking land drops for this. 6 white sources in this deck. For literally 2 cards that we're playing with that. Yup. That's annoying. Okay. It's MTG, not wrong. That is the ups and downs of MTG. Speaking of, all right, chat. This has been a slow first quarter. I'm going to take an hour. I'm going to do a sponsored Legends of Runeterra, which is another card game, also with drafts. We're going to do starting looking at the draft of that. I'd really appreciate you guys staying with me. This is going to be a bounty, so this is sponsored content. We're going to do it for an hour, and then we're going to go back